This video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. More about them at the end of the video. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Burns Reviews, and today, they just dropped the brand new Scream trailer. Let's waste no time, let's break it down, scene by scene, let's go. Okay, so right off the bat, we're doing callbacks to Drew Barrymore. We're in the kitchen, the phone is ringing, and the updated version has us seeing this new character use a cell phone to text, which granted is very much a 2001 thing, and I can't fault the movie, but it does in a way make me feel like we should all be living back in 1995, when things were actually easier and people just called each other. Also, here's an interesting blooper. She's already been cut in her ribcage before she even gets to the door, and it happens. Look, right there. I know I'm nitpicking, but I like continuity.
Doors unlocked.
Alright, so we're definitely hitting the technology aspect of this franchise, and at this point my main suspect is Mr. Robot.
Hello?
Sid!
It's happening.
It's Sydney!
3 attacks so far. Do you have a gun?
Dewey looks like a sad puppy dog in this shot. He looks like a man that has found out that this is going to be happening for the 5th time, and his eyes just say, I'm not gonna survive this last one, am I? Like, 5 times is pushing it. I'm not one of those characters. I'm not a final girl. I'm gonna die. He's living alone in this tiny little place. I'm sure he's got guns galore, but he's like, oh, they just keep coming. He looks broken, in a word. He looks broken.
I'm Sydney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Yes!
Samantha? I know who you are.
We all know who you are, Sydney, but be cautious, because the ones that you know best are the ones that you should always look out for.
I've been through this a lot.
I love how Sydney has just embraced the chaos in this franchise. Like she knows who she is, and she's become like a mentor to these young kids, and she's kind of become like the new Randy, where she's like, look, I know the rules of the situation, I know how to survive it. To me, it's probably like a useless skill set that is very unique and niche, but you know what? I want to help out. It's really cool. I like how it's not she's just the victim and she's running away and she's fighting, but she's bringing the fight to them even more. She's like, look, I'm going back to the hometown, and I'm going to go back to Woodsboro, and I'm going to kick ass, because what else am I going to do? Let this guy live? Hell no.
You ready for this? Never.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Okay, so anytime you put Gale and Sydney together on the screen, it's pure magic. Mind you, Neve Campbell is stunning. I don't know exactly how old these actresses are, but and I love Courtney Cox, don't get me wrong, but Courtney Cox has clearly had some work done, and I think she's a great actress. I love these Scream movies, but you look at Neve Campbell and you look at Courtney Cox and you're like, damn, this is why you don't get plastic surgery, kids. Just run on the docks like Neve Campbell and you'll be alright. With that said, I love the dynamic here. I love how in the beginning of the series, Gale was the character that was willing to go underneath the police tape and go and investigate the situations and go into the house, and really just with no disregard for any danger. And now it's switched where Neve Campbell, Sydney is the one that's like, you know what, I've got the guns, we're going in there. And Gale is like, I'm never ready for this. I don't really want to go in there, but I'm going to go in there anyway because I have to. You know, not for nothing, knowing Gale, I don't think she would actually be there if it wasn't for Sid and Dewey. Sid and Dewey have this call to arms where when the shit goes down, they're there. They know they have to be there because there's no running from it. I don't know if Gale would be there to save those kids. Then again, Gale would be there for her book sales.
If I'm right about this, I could save a man's life. Do you know what that could do for my book sales?
Well, that's cool. They're using the Letterman jacket from the original film. It almost feels like this might be the opening scene in the movie, and maybe they're switching the genders around where the guy is the one running away from Ghostface, and he's the one who gets killed on the lawn instead of Casey Becker. Looks pretty cool. So this is definitely Stu Macher's house, right? I mean, it even has that shot coming out the door where it looks like the same scene where Dewey gets stabbed in the back coming out trying to find Sydney.
There's certain rules to surviving.
Wait, maybe it's Dewey who's like the new Randy with the rules. I love the look. I mean, again, he looks like a broken down puppy dog who's just beaten, but at the same time, I'm digging the look that David Arquette, he's got this salt and pepper in the beard, he's got the gun, he's dropping the bullets, he looks like a gunslinger in the Old West, and That also makes me give pause because it makes me wonder if they're going to kill him. Whenever they have a character that looks this cool in a clip, that's usually your send-off. That usually means, like Walking Dead does this all the time. As soon as they give somebody a really cool moment, that's when they kill him. Oh look, it's Jack Quaid from The Boys. I like Jack Quaid. I think he's actually ironically a perfect fit because there's nothing more 90s than Scream than to include somebody that's half Dennis Quaid and half Meg Ryan. And if you know Scream, Meg Ryan is mentioned several times, or at least the one time.
I see you as a young Meg Ryan myself.
Thanks, Dewey. With my luck, they'd guess Tori's spelling. Why can't I be a Meg Ryan movie?
Oh look, it's the 13 Reasons Why kid. So seeing him and seeing, what's the other guy's name? Jack Quaid in this movie makes me wonder if these are going to be the new Billy and Stu. Only because even though Drew Barrymore was the big name in the first movie and she got killed off right away, I kind of feel like their agents in this day and age in 2021 wouldn't let them sign on to a film and just be cannon fodder and just be blown away and killed for nothing. I mean, it is possible, especially Jack Quaid. He seems kind of cool. Clay from 13 Reasons Why? Not really. He's probably your killer. It just seems like too small of a part for them in their career. So as of now, I'm getting vibes that they're probably the killer. So the way that she's speeding off right now kind of gives me vibes of like Scream 3 with Cotton Rary when he's trying to get home to save the girlfriend, and I think she's gonna die. I think it's Judy Hicks, I think her name is. She was in part 4, and all I remember from her character, because 4 is not my favorite on the franchise, I haven't seen it nearly as much, is that she kind of had a thing for Dewey, and she easily would have stole Dewey from Gale like that. So I think she's cannon fodder. I think it's a thing where it's cool to bring her back for the fans, and she's not going to be the killer because it'd be too odd for her to be a victim or a survivor from the previous film just to be a killer in the next one. I kind of hope that's not something to do with any of the characters. I don't want the main 3 to be killers. That would kind of discredit all of the movies that came before it. But I think she's going to die probably in the scenes very close to the clip we're seeing here. She's also not really seen the rest of the trailer from what I can tell so far. So yeah, she's going to die.
And I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
So this is kind of an interesting shot because it follows up the scene that we saw earlier in the trailer where Gale and Sidney were about to go into the house and they have their guns, and now Sidney is just shooting point blank at the front door, which in one clip earlier looks like it's closed. Granted, this is all edited in different ways and God knows what order they're all in, but she's just shooting right at the front door, which to me, you know, always tells me, like, listen, save your ammo. If there's one thing about a horror movie, they never save their ammo. And she's just going willy-nilly. Honestly, if I was Sidney Prescott, I would have so many guns. I would be like Laurie Strode in Halloween 2018. I would live in Texas, because Guns USA. I would live in Texas. I would build a house just like the one that Laurie Strode had. And I would not mess with anybody. They'd come to me, I'd blow them away. But, yeah, 2 little guns, one for you, one for Gale. I don't know. I mean, the ammo's going to run out pretty quick. Calling it now. Dewey! No! Oh, please don't kill Dewey. Please, look, I know they're trying to revamp this franchise, and the only way to do that well is you have to kill off some OG blood, I think. I think it's the only way you're going to be able to do it that makes people take this franchise seriously. And clearly it's not going to be Sidney, so it has to be Gale or Dewey. And I'm getting vibes that's probably going to be Dewey, just because he's very limited in this trailer. He's wearing like 1, maybe 2 outfits total. There's the one where he's got the jacket on and the same colored shirt where he's in the hospital. And then there's like one other snippet where he's explaining, he's calling Sidney, and he's just wearing like the shirt. So I don't think he's going to make it, which is sad and unfortunate, but makes sense to the story, I guess. I think it also would kind of give some motivation to Gale to get back into the game, because I could see Gale just picking up and leaving. But if something happened to Dewey, of course she would go back.
There are no cameras here. I just want to find this fucker.
Okay. Fuck. So they clearly killed off Dewey at this point. Gale is a cold, heartless bitch. At the end of the day, she's written that way. That's nothing against the performance by Courtney Cox. She does a great job. There's nothing that would make Gale make that face other than Dewey being killed and her finding out. This looks like maybe he was killed in that hospital scene earlier and she found out about it. Maybe she just got to the scene and the fact that it's in slow motion makes me think that they're really hamming it up. And I can't, even if it was Sidney, I can't imagine Gale trying to push somebody out of the way and try to get to the person that was maybe killed. I don't know what would evoke that emotion. Now, granted, I did hear that there are going to be flashback scenes in this movie. It was just a rumor. They're going to use CGI to de-age some of the characters or something like that, I believe. So this could be, as far as I know, this could be Gale having a nightmare, which takes place in the past, or just maybe it's just a dream in which she's afraid if she doesn't get involved, Dewey might die or somebody might die. But if this is canon within the storyline, it feels like this is what happens when Dewey dies. This is the face that Gale would make. And it's sad, man. I mean, it's well, I certainly hope they didn't spoil the movie, because it's not every day you see a character running at somebody holding a knife who's not in costume. That's usually something that's reserved for the final act, the last 20 minutes of the movie. So I hope that this character here isn't the killer. That would really be messed up if they put that in the trailer. Let's hope that's not. Let's hope that maybe this is a survivor who is fighting the killer. But it's not every day you see somebody lunging like that in a Scream movie and they're not the main killer. Oh, damn! He just snapped her leg like a twig. Oh, that's so brutal. And you know what? I'm glad that it is, because when you think back to the original Scream, there's that scene where Ghostface breaks into Sidney's house, and she kind of gets like the upper hand and knocks him on his ass, and the character who's the killer in that one, it makes sense that they would be kind of falling around a little bit. But, I mean, this guy is not playing. Like, my God. Or girl. Maybe it's a girl. Who's to say? But my God, that is vicious. And it looks like it's the opening kill of the movie, the one that parallels Casey Becker's kill, Drew Barrymore's kill. But man, that is... ooh. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, because it kind of looks like Stu Macher's kitchen from the first one. That's Sidney on the left, and the person on fire... I have no idea. I don't think it's Ghostface in costume, because despite the hood-shaped head, there's no glove on the right hand, and there's a bit of black hair on the left sticking out, and it's definitely a long-sleeve shirt, so it's definitely not Gale. If I had to guess, it's probably the character that we see in the very next clip trying to run away. She's got the long sleeves, she's got the matching hair. That's basically my guess, given the context clues of the sleeve/hand and the black hair that seems to be sticking out a little bit. Then again, looking at this character, the way that they're stabbed, I almost wonder, I know this is kind of like far-fetched, but it feels like this character is paying homage to Billy Loomis. Like, maybe it's going to be a fake-out death. I think we're going to have another fake-out death, because we're doing a lot of callbacks. And the way that she's stabbed, like, right by her side in the ribcage, and the way that she's really hamming up, like, screaming, I wonder if we're going to fake kill her and then have her come back as a killer. That would not shock me at all. And maybe they even take it a step further by pretending to light this character on fire, and then that character slips away, comes back, kill her. You get the deal. So this shot's a bit worrisome, because we just saw Gale and Sidney outside the house about to go in, and now Gale is gone. And granted, maybe they had a game plan, a strategy, where Gale went to the back of the house, to where the garage was, where Tatum got killed, and she's going to flank the killer, and they're going to meet in the middle. Which, seems a little reckless, but I don't know. It seemed like a minute ago they were side by side, and now it's just Sidney, so I don't know. It's a cool shot, though. I like that dreamy zoom-in type of look.
It's an honor.
This is another great shot. The fear on Sidney's face looks real. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Gale in the first movie, where she's got the gun and she's got the safety on and she can't get it to work. I wonder if they do something similar, because it wouldn't shock me if Sidney had run out of bullets, because she was shooting at the house, and I don't know why. I mean, more likely than not, Ghostface was probably standing in the doorway, and she went to go shoot, and he probably did a barrel roll inside the house, whatever. But great shot, man. I mean, she looks absolutely petrified, and considering this is like her 5th rodeo, something bad must be going on. Pretty gruesome. Alright, so clearly this is a shot that's taken from a different scene, but I love how we see like a little bit of like police lights shining on the side of Ghostface. Like maybe the cops messed up and they went to the neighbor's house, and you know they're not gonna make it in time to save whoever Ghostface is about to kill. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like the cops are very close, but not close enough. We've seen that movie so many times where you know the victim is reaching for the cops or reaching for the parents who are so close, and then boom, dead. Not quick enough. So yeah, guys, this trailer looks amazing. I was kind of worried because, you know, we're getting closer and closer and there hasn't been a trailer. They're also putting it out in January, which is never a good sign. That's usually where the worst movies get dumped. Maybe they were planning on doing it in December, much like the original film, but maybe at the last minute they said, you know what, it's too competitive in December, let's push it off to January. But it looks great. I love how brutal this new killer is. He's snapping legs, he's lighting people on fire. I really hope they don't kill Dewey, but you know, if they do, I understand. It's as long as they make it integral to the story. And I love how they went back to like the original look. One of the biggest issues that I had with the last movie is that it had like this, like, it looked like someone put pantyhose over the lens, and it kind of had like this like hazy look to it, which was like, I don't know if they were doing that because the actors were getting older and they wanted to soften them a little bit, but everything had this like this glow on it, and it just looked awful. I know people like Scream 4 more than 3, but at least in part 3 you can actually see what's going on without like having to squint and go like, why is it so hazy? Like, I don't care that Courtney Cox got old, just film it the right way, and yeah. But this movie looks fantastic. I love seeing all the old and new characters come back. It's interesting how they said something to the point of the killer is targeting people that knew the killers. That stood out to me. He didn't say they're targeting people who know Sidney. They're saying people that knew the killers. So, which could be an interesting antidote. Like, what if Sidney is doing this? I don't think she is. But what if it's Judy or Dewey or Gale, and they're like, you know what? These killers, they've had terrible families. I'm going to go after their families. Because you know what? I'm going to beat them to the punch. I don't know. I'm stretching here a little bit. But why would people be targeting the killers and the people that they knew? It feels like revenge. I did hear a rumor that Randy's sister is making a cameo in this movie, so that would be kind of a cool killer idea. But yeah, guys, what did you think of Scream, titled just Scream? Be sure to comment down below. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It looks great. It looks fantastic. I just hope it's not a January drop. That sucks, but I find that kind of hard to believe. It looks like they put a lot of care and love into this movie. It looks fantastic. But please comment down below, what did you think of Scream, the new trailer? Did I miss anything? I'm sure I missed a lot. I did this as quickly as possible to try to get this out, and these are just my first reactions. But please, what did I miss? Did you see any Easter eggs? Like the girl getting cut before she got cut? Be sure to comment down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been John. You've just been Burned. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like videos just like this, and we will see you next time. Whoa, wait, I almost forgot. I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to ExpressVPN, friend of the channel and protector of my online data, because they're giving away 3 months free on a 1-year pack to all my Burns Reviews viewers using the link in the description below. It's a product I use 100% of the time I'm on the internet, on my phone, or computer that allows me to bypass content restrictions when I travel and ensures my data is 100% private and safe whenever I connect to the internet. You can take back your internet privacy today by clicking the link in the description below to find out how you can get 3 months absolutely free. You don't want psycho killers hacking your personal information in the middle of the night, do you? Of course not. Well, with ExpressVPN, it's like a bulletproof vest for your internet. Go and check out ExpressVPN in the link below to find out how you can get started today. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.